choice is yours. Here's the International Paper Review now. Florence is joining us here on set. South Korea getting an awful lot of attention in the international papers. Park Geun-hye elected president yesterday after a neck-and-neck race.
That's right. It's on the front page of Korea Jungang Daily, Korean Daily. It says Korea elects the first woman president, and that's actually one of the angles that's getting a lot of attention in the press today. It says that she triumphed by uniting conservatives in Korea. And inside, Korea Jungang Daily takes a closer look at how she rose to power. Now, remember, she was the eldest daughter of the former military strongman Park Chung-hee, and according to the newspaper, it's because of that she's been a witness to some of the most dramatic moments in modern Korean history. Now, after her mother was assassinated in 1974, she became the acting first lady. However, she slipped out of the public eye when her father died in 1979. She made her political comeback in 1997 and has had, according to the newspaper, a pretty brilliant political career since. But it's interesting to note that the legacy of her father, in a lot of ways, was what blocked her from becoming president up until now. But it seems that this time around, the nostalgia for her father was what led her to reunite conservatives around her.
Another dailies in Asia also commenting on her election.
That's right. It's in the editorial of China Daily today. It says Park makes history in the Republic of Korea. And it says that how she delivers her campaign promises will not only create a new era for Korea, but for the whole region in general. And it says that all eyes are especially going to be on how she manages to deal with Korea's northern neighbor, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Now, she has vowed to reduce animosity between Seoul and Pyongyang, and China Daily hopes she'll translate her words into actions because so far their relations are at an all-time low.
Moving on to another story, a very shocking story, really. Demonstrations in India yesterday after a young woman was gang raped on a bus Sunday night in the capital, Delhi.
That's right. There's a real outpour of emotion in the streets in India and in the Indian press. We're going to take a look at the Times of India. You see the front page there that says that anger rises in the city, shaken by a tsunami of protests. The government has come up with some half measures to make sure that the capital is safer for women. And one of these measures, for instance, is to have more police on the streets at night. Now, inside the Times of India, there's extensive coverage of the incident and the protests that came afterwards, as well as some tips for women. For instance, here are some tips. Be careful of your surroundings. Don't be afraid to react and use physical action. And it also recommends using, learning self-defense. Now, in the Hindu, another Indian paper, there's another piece about the incident by Nilajana S. Roy, and she calls for justice. She says that in the last few years, anger has been rising in India on the way women are treated. It says that a lot of women are killed before birth, neglected as babies, denied education and freedom, and she hopes this will change for younger generation. But she points out that for rape, instituting a death penalty for rapists is not necessarily the solution, because she points out that in most cases the rapist is known by the victim, and so what's needed really is to examine how violence works inside our own homes and within our family.
Also outrage in neighbouring Pakistan after several anti-polio campaigners killed there by the Taliban in recent days.
That's right. This is in The Nation. It blames the government for finding itself at its wits' end rather than thinking up ways to provide security. And in fact, it says that the government should actually maybe provide some of its own security for these humanitarian workers. The Hindu says it's time to wake up and defeat the forces of ignorance that want to drive us back into the dark ages. It's time for polio-free Pakistan.
And very, very briefly, Time magazine, Person of the Year. It's drum roll.
Barack Obama for the second time. He was Person of the Year back in 2008. Person of the Year in 2012, according to Time magazine. The reason he was re-elected, I don't know if you can be re-elected, but won again, is because he managed to find and forge a new majority. He managed to turn weaknesses into an opportunity, and he managed to create a more perfect union. So according to Time magazine, that's why he is 2012 Person of the Year.
Thank you very much, Florence Villeneuve, revealing the Person of the Year for us here on France 24. Let's just take